Lara Croft, what is she?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Lara is a marksman, right? She stands in the middle back row. Now, there aren't many marksmen in the game, and Lara, interestingly enough, is not available on this wish list because she's not in the heroic way, or she's not in the heroes chest at all, right? You got to compare Lara to critical hit heroes, right? Lara is a critical hit marksman. She stands in the rear. So what can we cross out immediately? So critical hit heroes, no Dante, no Ginger, no Astrid and Lucas, no Kira. So there are 4 heroes here. And you could probably throw in Darkstar in the discussion as well. I don't know if you would. If you compare Lara to the 4 critical hit marksmen, I don't think you really can compare her with Zhu. Strength-based hero. Dante does have Critness Talisman. That is true. But Dante and Kira and Zhu are forward-facing marksmen. Anyway, so if we take out all of the non-critical hit heroes, and we take out all of the heroes that are not in the front row, or the mid to front row, that basically leaves 3 heroes. Fox, Daredevil, Artemis. Fox, Daredevil, Artemis. Now, on Hero Wars Mobile, Fox, Daredevil, and Artemis. Daredevil and Artemis have great team opportunities. Daredevil, obviously, is that critical hit E3D style of team. Artemis, Fafnir, Artemis, Tristan. And they both have variants. They both have a lot of variants. And Fox, you don't see a ton of Fox, but you do see some Fox. Now, on Facebook and web, nobody really uses those 3 heroes. Nobody really uses Fox, Daredevil, and Artemis. All right. So why all of a sudden do we care about such a marksman? She works. You can make it work. Yeah, I love Artemis, by the way, Louis Carr. I love Artemis. I think she's completely underrated. But there's so many Amiras leveled up now that it's just difficult to make a critical hit hero work. Of course, you don't always see. I think they're all 3 underrated, Paime. I think all heroes in the game can be very successful. I think they can be very successful. I think there's great combos for everybody. Lara Croft is a physical attacker. You want to pair her with heroes that can increase her damage, right? You want to pair her with heroes that will stun the enemy team, okay? So you could pair her with a lot. You could pair her with Arachne, with Judge. You could pair her with Kark. You could pair her with Astrid and Lucas and Ishmael. Both provide stuns. Like the combinations kind of are there. There's a ton of them. She's fragile. Lara Croft is very fragile. You probably need to put her with Dorian. Probably need to, right? To keep her alive. Maybe reset her behind Nebula, Julius Yasmin Lara as an all-crit hit and can stack artifact weapons and physical attack. Toss in a bit of Dorian for healing. Could be. Hardest teams to beat nowadays on Hero Wars Arena are the Octavia Dante Dodge teams. You need specific heroes to beat it. I agree. I think having specific heroes to counter meta is important. It's not exactly what you're trying to say there, Payme, but I do agree that it's important. Lara isn't really good against Dodge teams, right? Artemis, Astrid and Lucas, Julius, and the tank and marksman role maxed out. I like it. I'm just trying to create this video to have the discussion around, is it a big deal if you don't have Lara Croft? Because this is going to be the question maybe that we're going to be dealing with occasionally over the next, year, right? And I am interested to see how her and her teams are going to evolve. We're very early. She's less than a month old, Lara, very developed for being less than a month old. Man, I gotta stop talking like this on a Wednesday. Goodness, Thursday night live streams only. We gotta think about, if you don't have Lara, what could you use instead, right? And I think that Daredevil and Artemis, and in some levels Fox, are all 3 completely viable to use. You just need to level up different heroes, right? The question isn't, what if I don't have Lara Croft, who should I use in this team? The question is, since I don't have Lara Croft, who should I use instead, and what heroes would work with that team? if I want that specific style of hero, I'm going to use Artemis. You know, of all of the archer classes, I don't really like crossbows, but none of these use a bow and arrow. I do like Astrid and Lucas's kit. I like the look of Astrid and Lucas. I love her new skin, their new skin, I guess. But I think that Artemis is probably the better of all of the backline marksmen, critical hit backline marksmen. So then you think about what heroes to pair with, Artemis, in my example. Daredevil and/or Astrid and Lucas would have great potential on Facebook, but they need revamp. Otherwise, they will remain dead heroes. Well, B-Doran, I don't disagree with you there. I still think that both are great heroes. They're not shining right now because of what's good in the meta, right? Sebastian, Lara, and Nebula, and use this core with 2 tanks and see where this gets me. Okay. Interesting. Double tank. Nebula, Lara, Sebastian. Interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't lose sleep over not having Lara. The people that I'm talking to right now already have Lara. I'm talking about people in the future. I'm talking about people in the future that missed out. Don't worry about it. People who missed Oya. Michael, Oya is not a time-sensitive hero event. There will be Oya events in the future, Michael. You'll have an opportunity to get Oya Soulstones very soon. Probably in the next 2 or 3, probably 2 and 3 months, there'll be another Oya event.